What's up, guys? Welcome back to Press Start. My name's Andy, and I'm here with Naj, Keith, and Tony. And guys, I think 2015 was actually, all in all, like, not perfect, but a pretty good year.
Damn best.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And not the best. I mean, I want to get into, like, 2016 predictions, like how we are hoping it, like, holds up with 2015, because I gotta be honest, like, going into this, the topic was supposed to be, like, a very, like, oh man, this great thing's coming up. But the more I think about 2015, stuff like big blunders are still happening, and I'm worried about it. The big thing for me is, like, looking back at 2015, the biggest trend that was, like, constantly a failure were multiplayer-only games, and one of the biggest games, like, of the year, The Division, is coming out soon. And just, like, what do you think about, like, this trend continuing? Do you think that they're finally getting it right? Like, that one bad thing in 2015 is finally going to go away? What are you guys thinking about the year?
Keith, you go ahead. He played The Division. I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
play one
crap.
mission of it.
2015 was like I think the best year in the last, however many years. Anytime you have a year where you have games like The Witcher 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, Fallout 4,
AAA games.
Yeah, so many more. And not just AAA. I mean, indie. You had Ori and the Blind Forest, Axiom Verge,
Rocket League.
Undertale, Rocket League. I mean, it was just such a good year. Tomb Raider.
Which is like just stolen your heart right now.
It's so
just
good.
came out on PC.
I can't imagine 2016, like, because it's February basically already, and a game like The Witcher 3 hasn't come out yet in 2016, so you're already behind in 2016. But 2016 doesn't look very promising. You have The Division, which is crap. You have
I wouldn't go that far, but that's another conversation.
what else is coming out this year? That that's
See, that's the thing, like,
Quantum Break, which nobody knows what about, and then you have
Uncharted, which honestly, like, we're going to get predictions later.
Mass Effect 4.
Doom. They're rebooting
Yeah, you
that.
do.
Doom's like, like, there's a lot of stuff that's on. There's a lot of stuff for me that's on the cusp of, like, either it's going to be fantastic or it's going to be just who cares, boring, or just bad.
Halo
Right.
Wars 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
exactly it. That's exactly, like,
I mean,
Halo Wars 1 is fine, but, like,
there's one.
I think that
awesome.
Halo Wars 2 is going to be good.
It should be.
It should be, but, like, I
And
don't know.
I also heard I don't know for sure, but it might be coming out for PC as well. So
no, it is.
should be.
It's coming to PC.
it's coming
Probably
to PC.
will,
okay.
yeah.
Probably do some sort of like Windows 10 crossplay.
I just think the way, like, even if you just look at the holiday season of last year, like, it was just so jam packed. Even with
Oh, yeah.
the stuff that didn't get as much praise, like Rainbow Six Siege, or
Wasteland 2.
even Tomb Raider, which got just buried by
Fallout 4, yeah.
Battlefront, all
and
of
Battlefront.
things like
Like, I mean, Tomb Raider is probably one of the most gorgeous games I've ever played in my life.
It's fantastic. It's just a
God, it's so good.
great giant game. And it's great that they released on PC later, unfortunately, because now it's getting the attention it deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, looking back at 2015, we didn't really have. Was there a big innovation? Do you think? Because, like, 2016, everyone's talking about VR, and I want to get to, like, what we think about that. But, like, if anything's going to be really big in 2016, I think it'll be that. Just because 2015 was a year without that, really. Like, 2014 had the Wii U pad, and, like,
2015 was the year of like sequels for games. If you notice that, like Halo 5, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5. Like there's just so many games that were just like sequels. And I think this year is the year where all those games that they announced in like 2013 are finally coming out. The Division, Quantum Break, things like that. So I mean, I think this year you're gonna have a lot more of that, but who knows if that's gonna be good.
I mean, we're equally stuck with stuff with sequels, though, because Uncharted's in April, same with,
right.
What's it called, Ratchet and Clank. We got,
I would have said Mirror's Edge, but that's a reboot, so it's not
another Star Fox is
same-
coming.
same
Here's War
Hitman and
4
Martin.
in May,
That's true.
or,
Yep.
yeah, just, I don't know. I feel like I just get kind of, I don't care about sequels at this
Right.
point or whatever. Not that they're bad, but just, like, talking about them is like, oh man, we got so many sequels coming. Of
Right.
course we do. The video game genre.
Well,
is just
because
like
like
full of them.
2015 was the year of big sequels, like Witcher, Metal Gear, Fallout, Halo, and this year is more of like a you have all these like newer games coming in. And
There was a bunch of built-up
knows if it's
anticipation last year for fans of all the games. There was so
Right.
much built-up anticipation. This year, it's like the only game I'm really waiting for is, Hitman, and I'm not really too excited for that because it looks like they're just
Yeah.
fucking that up. So.
Do we think that has a lot to do with delays though? Because a couple of these games, Uncharted and Hitman included, were supposed to be big 2015 releases,
Hitman's
and now they're
supposed to
coming
come
out
out, like,
with little
November.
fanfare.
Probably so.
Matter of fact, Hitman and Tomb Raider had the same release date
Yeah.
at one point. So,
But maybe they got smart and said, let's push this back so it doesn't
and
get
they're,
buried.
and they're doing like where they're releasing it in chunks. Where it sounds dumb to me, which I don't know why no one's talking about
Releasing
that.
in
but,
chunks? Oh, you mean like Final Fantasy VII?
Like
Episodic.
it's episodic. It's stupid, but I mean it looks gorgeous. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we can look forward to things like Cuphead, Overwatch, games like that. I mean, those.
Smaller, newer games look
Yeah.
like they're gonna make a big.
Yeah, but
deal or
even
whatever.
the small games, last year they were
They were
you know,
phenomenal.
they were grand slams. I mean, people forget that. What was that game? Dying Light came out in 2015. That came out all the way back out in like February or March, and that game was like
It was good. Like I won't say it was.
Sleeper.
It was a sleeper.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but like I mean, it's still a solid, safe game that got 8s to 9s for most of the big reviewers.
True.
So and this year I don't see any of the big AAA games that we had last year. I mean maybe Mass Effect, but we still haven't heard too much about that yet. That can get delayed. I think it will get delayed. And I don't know. You just don't have those. I mean all we really have are those like little like sleeper games that can come up and surprise somebody. But other than that, I just don't think there's no way that's gonna live in 2015 at all.
Nintendo's got a lot coming our way in 2016.
See, here's the thing. They've got one game we don't have a release date for, which is Zelda, if it even comes to like the Wii U.
Yeah.
Possibly a new console, which honestly, if they release it, I care far less about Nintendo now. Because like
3DS fanboys are getting Pokemon.
oh man.
Red, blue,
So
yellow.
good,
Come on.
so good.
Hey, come on.
Re-release for the win.
We just got
Another
Final
one.
Fantasy
The-
Explorers. We're getting
Another
Mega
one.
Man Legacy Collection. I know that's already out
So
on
a
consoles. It was
re-release
pretty awesome
of
for
a couple
portables.
games. Okay, that's great. It just Nintendo for me, I'm the most worried about because they've been riding on how much money and popularity they gained for the Wii that they released a whole console with nothing new to offer, and
Plus-
then when they didn't really support it, and like there was a whole report or whatever came out today where like 5% of game developers are actually working on Wii U titles. They're a third party, and that's
Plus,
Still got
I don't
NX
care how
though.
many,
NX.
huh?
NX.
Yeah,
Is that we're looking forward to?
I wouldn't say looking forward to it at all. I'd say
NX.
it might it might come out this year, and if it does, there's a rumor another Smash Bros will come out, and it just shows that like Nintendo needs to like go back to old Nintendo where they like took risk and did like new things and stuff like that because they seem like ridiculously safe now. Like whenever I tell this to my friends, they always say like Nintendo can release sleeper console after sleeper console for years and still not be losing money, and like that's fine. But as a gamer, we're the ones suffering for it.
I'm
And
not
just-
suffering. I'm fine.
As a community, we're
I have a
suffering.
PC. I'm fine. Man.
But finishing things off, predictions. Like, I feel like I feel like there's a bunch of stuff we couldn't have predicted from 2015, namely that the best looking game, Evolve, would have been a game that literally came and went and nobody cared about. So like
Evolve came out. Oh god, that game was
exactly, no one played it.
God.
So like, what's your big prediction? I'll get to mine at the end, but
Indie games are going to be the big staple of 2016. That's my prediction, at least, because it was such a big thing in 2015. Like he was saying earlier, we had Undertale, Axiom Verge, all these awesome hits made by indie developers. We already have one on the way in 2016, Cuphead, which I'm looking forward to personally. And I just feel that with how popular indie development was last year and how successful it was, it's just going to become more and more and more popular. More and more indie developers are just going to start appearing in the industry. It's like a new generation of developers, really, just starting out their careers. A new batch of Kojimas, so to speak.
good one.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict that Xbox is gonna win the year, between the consoles. Just because I think they just have a better exclusive lineup. Say something. Say something.
What do they have? I'm
mean-
just curious because I don't know.
They have Quantum Break coming out. They
Gears.
have- they
What's
have
that
Gears
about?
of War
Nobody
4,
knows.
Whatever. And they have their indie titles coming out. And wait, is Scalebound supposed to come out? I think they got delayed to 2017.
That got delayed to 2017,
But
yeah.
I just don't see anything that PlayStation has, aside from Uncharted, that's going to dominate anything.
Speaking of which, my predictions in Uncharted 4 is going to be not good. Like, here's the thing: one was a fine game. 2 was a great game. I argue Uncharted Among Thieves is a really great game. 3 was the point where we were like, look, the technology's great, the gameplay's kind of fun, but you're showing us how little you can really do with this moving forward. And everything we've seen from 4, there's a reason to keep getting delayed, and there's a reason to keep adding new stuff they said wasn't going to be in it. And just like, it doesn't look that new or exciting or different. So I think, and it's a shame because they need a big AAA title. I don't think it's going to be that good. Also, I think one big VR game will be announced. It's not VR yet, but maybe announced. I would be surprised if it wasn't No Man's Sky.
Well, before we continue,
our
man Colton over here,
illustrious
is
Colton
No
Star.
Man's Sky, which is going to be a piece of shit. So
Oh,
we're just going to
God.
ignore it altogether.
I don't even think it's going to be a piece of shit. I think it's going to be a really cool exploring simulator thing.
No Man's
it's not going to be a
Sky-
game.
Jump in, Keith.
No Man's Sky is I want to be Star Citizen, but I can only afford Spore.
There you go.
That's all it is.
there you
Man, that
go.
was deep, man.
That's all it
I
is.
really like that.
No Man's Sky is going to fail hard,
That's
bro.
brutal.
I-
You know
That's brutal.
I think it's going to be a great simulation, like Explorer thing. That's going to be fun. I don't think there's going to be a game in it. I think it'll just be
You're
really
gonna have
great to
100
look at.
planets that are named like 6969, from all the 13-year-old kids playing. it. But
Bonerville,
it's-
exactly.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna have. But I mean, it's gonna be fun for 5 minutes, and you're gonna go, why did I buy this?
But
Yeah.
no, there's no Witcher this year. There's no Metal Gear. There's no Fallout.
There's no
Yeah,
Halo.
there's
there's
DLCs.
no Tomb Raider.
Expansion pass.
Well, I mean, I think he means like a game that's just
Yeah.
going to
Mod
like
support for
own
Fallout 4?
months or whatever.
2016 looks grim. I think.
Yeah.
The Division is Watch Dogs Part 2.
Which we might be getting a Watch Dogs Part 2, the rumor is.
I like to.
I don't
be
know,
optimist
man.
here.
I gotta be honest. Assassin's Creed 1 wasn't good, but they made 2 great.
Hmm.
Watch Dogs 1 was bad. 2 they could make work.
Apparently, according to Game Informer today, there's going to be a new Titanfall, a new Battlefield, and there was one more thing, but I forget what it was.
It ain't Ralph though. It's not The Witcher though.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it looks pretty grim. I mean, we have Overwatch coming out in June. We have Cuphead coming out whenever. Firewatch coming out February. Hitman coming out. Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Gears of War. But I mean, like, you just don't have those big titles like you had last year. I
Nothing
just
that
don't-
you're like excited about. Like, I'm gonna wait for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
I
because,
guess Street Fighter 5, I should have said, that's pretty big. For a
I
lot.
forgot about it.
just
I'm
because that there are like no like big AAA titles coming out doesn't mean that the year is going to be bad. Like I said, indie games are probably going to dominate the market this year.
You're a basic
Hopefully-
gamer. We're not acknowleding you.
I can't even see what he wrote there. What did he
For
write? there?
honor. No,
For honor? No one.
You basic bitch.
That looks so simple and dumb. Back there in your corner doing nothing. All right.
I just can't imagine that there's anything that is going to come out that's going to just best last year. Like I said, it's already February and we don't have something like The Witcher 3, so nope. You're already behind 2016.
Optimist.
I mean, hopefully we're wrong.
I hope so.
Hopefully
Star
I'm
Force
right.
gonna suck. Yeah.